Today, we're going to talk about a group of soldiers who are quite literally legendary. We're diving into the story of the Gurkhas, often called the bravest of the brave.
So, you have to ask yourself, how did a small group of warriors from the remote mountains of Nepal become so feared and respected all over the world? What's their secret? Well, that's what we're here to figure out.
Like a lot of legends, this one wasn't just born overnight. It was forged in the fire and chaos of war.
Okay, so picture this. It's the early 1800s. The British Empire is this huge, expanding force, pretty much unstoppable as it moves across Asia. Eventually, its borders push right up against the Himalayan kingdom of Nepal. A clash was pretty much inevitable. And what a clash it was. On one side, you've got the mighty British Empire, thousands of well-equipped professional soldiers who figured this would be a quick and easy win. And on the other side, the Gurkhas. They were defending their home, armed with not much more than incredible courage and knowing the mountains like the back of their hand.
The British really did expect to just roll right through them, but what they found were warriors who fought like absolute lions. And get this, the odds were just staggering. At some points in the war, the British outnumbered the Gurkhas 10-1.
The Gurkhas' pure ferocity just shocked the British. They refused to back down, refused to surrender, and it earned them a different kind of victory: respect. It got to the point where one of the British generals actually wrote, "I have never seen more resolute or courageous soldiers." Now here's where the story takes a really wild turn. After the war, you'd expect the British to want to crush their former enemies, right? Nope. They did something completely unheard of. They invited the Gurkhas to join their army. It was like they said, if you can't beat them, recruit them. All right, so you absolutely cannot talk about the Gurkhas without talking about their iconic weapon. It's this curved blade that's way more than just a tool for fighting. It's a massive symbol of their honor. This is the kukri. It's the legendary blade of the Gurkhas. But, to call it just a weapon is to miss the point entirely. To them, it's a symbol of their very spirit, their courage, and their honor. And it's wrapped up in this really powerful legend. They say once a kukri is drawn, it must taste blood before returning to its sheath. Think about that for a second. That tells you everything you need to know about the commitment of the soldier holding it.
Now look, whether that's literally true or just a myth, one thing was absolutely for certain. When the fighting started, their enemies feared the flash of that curved blade way more than they feared any bullet. And listen, these aren't just tall tales or campfire stories. The bravery of the Gurkhas is carved in recorded history, with accounts of courage that are just, honestly, they're hard to believe.
Okay, let's take Rifleman Kolbir Tapa. It's 1915, World War I. In the middle of a battle, he runs through heavy enemy fire to rescue a wounded soldier. But he didn't stop there. He went back and got another one, and then another one. Not one, not two, but 3 wounded men carried to safety. He survived, and for that, he earned the Victoria Cross. That's Britain's highest possible award for gallantry.
Or how about this one from World War II? It's just mind-blowing. A soldier named Lakhiman Gurung is all by himself in a trench. A grenade lands, and it explodes, completely destroying his right hand. Now, for most people, that's the end of the fight. But not for him. No way. With just his left hand, he held off the enemy for 4 straight hours.
So you're probably wondering, how many enemy soldiers was he holding off? Over 200. Let that sink in. One man with one good hand against an overwhelming force. It's just, incredible. And it's not just their ferocity. It's their unbelievable calm under pressure. Also in World War II, Bahan Bakta Gurung charged straight up a hill while under constant machine gun fire. He single-handedly took out multiple enemy positions, and then, after all that chaos, he just calmly wiped his kukri clean. The composure is almost as unbelievable as the bravery itself.
So these stories, they're amazing, right? But they point to something much deeper. They show us this unbreakable spirit that really defines what the Gurkha legacy is all about.
So what is that legacy really built on? Well, it kind of boils down to 3 core things: an unbreakable loyalty to their comrades and their mission, an unmatched discipline that was forged in the tough mountains of Nepal, and a worldwide reputation for honor that is just second to none. But really, it all comes down to their very simple but incredibly powerful motto. It's the creed that guides everything a Gurkha soldier does: better to die than be a coward. So from the mountains of Nepal to battlefields all over the globe, the story of the Gurkhas is really about courage against impossible odds. Their legacy is this amazing reminder that true strength doesn't come from technology or numbers, it comes from the heart, It really makes you think, doesn't it? What does it truly mean to be brave?